Hello beautiful people, this is Lots from Synaptic Schism. I wasn't thinking about doing this video, but a number of questions appeared regarding the chugginess of the guitars and the usage in low tuning. And since I write more proggy, heavy, thrashy stuff, I decided to create this video to show you what the guitars do. Okay, so let me just take you through the setup. I've set up all of the guitars from Djaa Maasta, Axure, Odin, and Machina. All of them then go into a folder. That folder has two amp sims that will test one, then the other, and then this amp sim goes to OBS directly. There's no IRs being loaded. There's no EQing. There's no treatment. Nothing. This is as raw as I can. However, it's impossible to do a fair comparison because the plugins are completely different. So what I did was I tried to give each guitar the best chance. And what I mean by this is Djaa Maasta will be playing sustains and chugs. Actually, all of them are going to be doing this. And I added a Haas effect with 25 milliseconds of difference between the channels. The objective of this is that since this is the only guitar that by default doesn't have a double tracking, I added this because this is the standard to have that double tracking separation. It's not perfect, but it works. So the Haas is here. By the way, if you go to kilohertz, you can download this and 20 something more free VSTs that are like a Swiss Army knife. They can do a bunch of stuff. Axure, I set up the left and right guitars. So guitar 1 is on the left, guitar 2 is on the right. I changed nothing with the exception of Chug. Since we are chugging, I've put Chug to the max on both. Nothing else is changed. Odin, the only thing that I changed was I added the add palm mute static. It does give it a little bit more body in the palm mutes, which is cool. And since that's what we are testing, I decided to add to it. And the Machina, finally, I maximized the body because it gives more body to the guitar. Oh, I normalized the sound by LUFS in all of them to guarantee that they were all getting into the amp sims at the same loudness level. Okay, again, no EQs, no treatment. This is pure raw. Nothing else was done. We are going to listen to these. These are sustains of the lowest note that the guitar can play, and I've added retune here so that you can see what is the lowest note of the guitar. Okay, so let's play it. Okay, so this is the sound going through Archetype Petrucci, a rhythm preset that I just touched slightly. Okay, now the second test I wrote a riff. It's not supposed to be a good riff. It's just a riff with one note, and then it has some variation with a minor second above it. Very, very simple. It's not supposed to be good. It's just supposed to give palm mutes, a little bit of sustains, palm mutes of different lengths, just for you to have an idea. All of the guitars are going to play in the same note. Okay, so all of them are going to play starting at F0 because that's the lowest that Machina can go. Since that's the lowest that Machina can go, I wrote the same riff for all of the guitars, only using palm mutes and sustains starting at F0. So keep in mind that all of the guitars, with the exception of Machina, can go lower than this. Okay? So let's listen first with Archetype Petrucci. And now with 1111 by Auto Audio. And the objective of having here this particular amp sim is because it's specially designed for very low tunes. It's pretty brutal and the sound will be completely different. So let's go. Okay, so you listen to it, you can draw your own conclusions. Since I tried a bunch of things because I was trying this, well, spoiler alert, I'll be talking about this soon. I was trying this plugin, which is awesome for IR, so I tried a bunch of things. I can share with you some of the things that crossed my mind while I was preparing this. So, the two guitars that have the best definition are Axure and Ex Machina. To my surprise, I was not expecting Ex Machina to be able to match any of the other three, to be honest, but it did. The difference here is that Axure goes lower than Ex Machina, and Ex Machina has less articulations than Axure. I will not share any more opinions on this. This is just factual stuff. So Axure goes lower and has more articulations. The one that has the gnarliest, deepest sound is Djaa Maasta, without a doubt. It's the one that it's deeper, but I feel that it also loses a little bit of definition against Axure and Ex Machina. The one that I believe would be the hardest to get a good, really low tone, as the tones that we are trying to find here, is Odin. I don't think that the problem is the low end. I think that the high end is a little bit too noisy for the levels of distortion that we are applying here. You probably notice that it's a little bit noisy. Now, in my opinion, any of these guitars can get those tones. It depends on what is it that you want to achieve. Really low tones, it's Djaa Maasta. Low tones with good definition and sufficient articulations, it's Axure. I will continue to say that Odin 3 is the best overall guitar, but it's clearly not a specialist for this case. So I think that Odin 3, the amount of cleanup that you would have to do is considerable. It can get the job done, but you would need to do quite a bit of homework. And Ex Machina, I really loved the sound of Ex Machina in this test. The problem is that the others can go lower, and the articulations. The articulations, I mean, you won't be able to do a lot. As far as articulations go, you can have peak sustains, peak palm mute, chord sustains, chord palm mute, pinch harmonics, and pinch harmonics chromatic. It's true that there are other things that you can do in here, but it's a very short number of articulations. The list is not varied, let's say. You do your own evaluation and you find out what works the best for you. I hope that this test gave you a little bit more visibility, and it was really cool to record this because you guys wanted to see something. So if you have any more ideas, just let me know and I'll happily comply, okay? So I hope that this was helpful, and until the next video, bye bye.